So now we're going to try to look at these valence electrons in a little bit of a different way. The nucleus of any atom is, of course, in the middle. The word nucleus simply means middle. And then our electrons, which are outside the nucleus, they come in what we call shells or rings. And if we think of our electrons as being like concert goers, and the nucleus as being like a stage, the electrons are going to want to sit as close as possible to the stage. So if we think about looking at these atoms from the side view instead of, now we're looking at it straight on. If we try to think about looking at it from the side view, then that would look sort of like this. If this is our nucleus where the concert's going on, and this is sort of like stadium seating, our VIP seats would be up closest to the nucleus here. There's only 2 seats at that first row available. That's why I often call them sort of VIP seats. But most atoms have more than 2 electrons, so that next row of electrons is all going to sit sort of at the second level there. And if you counted them, you would see that there's 8 seats available in the second row, and then there's 8 more seats available in the third row. And that's as far as we're going to go in 9th grade for chemical bonding. So what's important for us to understand is that they'll sit as close to the nucleus as possible when there are seats available there. The next 2 things that you need to fill in are transfer and share. The 2 ways that we're going to need to think about bonding for 9th grade are when atoms transfer or give. Like if I transferred money to you, I'd be giving and it would no longer be mine. So atoms can be given or they can be shared. And the share type is called covalent bonds. The prefix co here means share. Think about cooperate or co-lead if you're tied for the lead with someone, or co-parenting means together. So togetherness is the type when electrons are shared. And the water molecule that we looked at a moment ago works that way. Hydrogen has an atomic number of just 1. So it has 1 proton, that means 1 electron for each of the 2 hydrogens. So 1 electron, 1 electron. Oxygen, on the other hand, has 8 total protons, so 8 total electrons. The first 2 will sit at that first row, and then the next 6 will all sit here on the second level. If there are 6 valence electrons for oxygen and hydrogen gives 1 each, then together they share 8 valence electrons, and 8 is the magic number we're going to be using. The other type of bond that we're going to look at is ionic bonds. This is the last thing you need to fill in on the front page. Ionic bonds are transferred. You can think of this as being opposites attract. The word ion means electric charge. We learned that ions have a different number of electrons than protons, so that's where that overall electric charge comes in. Positive and negative attract. That's what we mean by opposites attract.